Congratulations on getting accepted to study in Mauritius. I am excited for you too. Now, I know that when the excitement settles, then comes the real questions like how do I do this? What am I supposed to do next? Where do I go? Don't worry, this is what this video is about. I am going to explain to you the steps that you need to take. I'm going to take you through the process so that I can make your transitioning to Mauritius smooth and less stressful. It's very stressful, as exciting as it is to get your admission, to get your scholarship. It is stressful. The next steps can become stressful if you don't know what to do or if you don't have proper guidance. So I'm going to guide you through the process, whether you are self-sponsored or you got the mass scholarship. The steps are quite similar, they're the same. So I'm going to take you through those steps. Without wasting time, let's get into it. First things first, after you get your admission and your scholarship letter, if you had applied for the scholarship, then you need to secure accommodation because you will need accommodation to get your student permit. You will not get the permit without proof of accommodation. I previously made two videos. The first one is on accommodation types for international students. Go and watch that video so that you learn about the different types of accommodations that are available in Mauritius. That will help you to choose an option that is suitable for you. And then the second video was about the prices for different accommodation options, the bills that you will need to pay, and also what to avoid when booking your accommodation. There are some things that you have to avoid. So go and watch that video. That will help you to secure your accommodation. I think your best option would be to contact your university and ask if they have a list of accommodation providers that you can reach out to secure accommodation. That is your very first option. Even if you are on the scholarship will not help you to find accommodation. You have to find accommodation on your own. Let's have a look at this clause from the guidelines for scholarship awardees. This is the guideline about accommodation from section 5.3. I got this from the MPhil guidelines for MPhil PhD applicants. So section 5.3 states that awardees will have to make prior arrangements with HEI, higher education institution in Mauritius, regarding available accommodation facilities. Like I mentioned, the scholarship will not arrange for accommodation for you. You have to make that arrangement with your university. Check if they have a list of accommodation providers that you can contact to secure your accommodation. Then you will need to do your medicals. They are a requirement for your permit, and you have to do medicals twice. First, for you to get the temporary permit that allows you to enter Mauritius. And then secondly, when you arrive in Mauritius, you have to redo those tests. Let's look at the type of tests that you are required to do for your permit. Let's have a look at them. These are the medicals you are expected to do: HIV, hepatitis B, heart disease, and chest infection. Of course, they have to be negative. So, like I mentioned earlier, you have to do them 2 times. The first part is for you to do them while you are still in your country in order to get the temporary permit that allows you to enter Mauritius. And once you are in Mauritius, you will have to redo the test. As per section 4.3 of the guidelines for MPhil and PhD applicants, not later than 1 month after arrival in Mauritius to undergo a medical checkup as per the Passport and Immigration Office requirements in any public hospital in Mauritius, and the test results shall be submitted to the Passport and Immigration Office with a copy to the ministry. So you have to redo those tests. Of course, it's faster to do them at a private hospital, but since it says in any public hospital, I don't know if it's strictly public hospitals, but you can check. It's faster to get the results when you do them at a private hospital. Okay. I'm not sure if this is a requirement, but it would be good for you to do a certificate of character. In Botswana, we call it police clearance. This is the certificate that you get that proves that you have no criminal record. So you go to, I don't know in your countries how you get it, but in Botswana we go to the police and they check if you have no criminal record, and then you get the certificate. It would be good to get that certificate. Sometimes it's required. I'm not sure if it is required for your permit, but it would be good to do the certificate just in case, so that if it's required, you can provide it without any delays, without having to go back and do the certificate. So go and do your certificate of character. Okay. Once you have your accommodation sorted and you have done your medicals, your certificate of character, then you can apply for your student permit. I also have a video that explains the application process for a student permit in Mauritius. Please go and watch that video because in the video I also explain some of the documents that you need to provide to submit for your student permit. Already we have spoken about accommodation, medicals, certificate of character if it's needed, but there are also other documents that you need to provide. So go and watch that video, and remember that for the student permit you apply through your university. You do not apply the permit directly by yourself. There is no portal. Currently, there is no portal, online portal where you apply for the permit. You have to apply through your institution. Let's see what the instructions says for awardees. These are the guidelines regarding the permit as per 5.11. Prior to an awardee's arrival in Mauritius, the HE where the student has secured a seat will apply for a student visa with the Passport and Immigration Office, PIO, in Mauritius. So like I mentioned, you prepare all the required documents, you send them to your university, and then your university will submit your application, your student permit application to the PIO on your behalf. And when the payment is ready, the PIO will inform the university and the university will send you your permit. Okay? For visa application procedures, the awardee must liaise with the HE where he or she has secured a seat. The PIO will process the visa application and issue a provisional entry permit to enable the awardee to travel to Mauritius. Okay, I've already explained that. So you will get a temporary permit, I think it's 3 months, that allows you to enter Mauritius. After you've entered Mauritius, then you have to redo the test based on the results of the test. If they're negative, then they will process a long-term permit for you, and then you can get your long-term permit, the permit that allows you to stay for the duration of your studies. Okay, I hope you understand the permit application process. The next thing you do after you get your permit, of course, is to book your flight ticket, to book your flight. There are some guidelines for awardees. It's different if you are self-sponsored. Of course, you can just go and directly book whatever flight you want. But if you are an awardee, there are some guidelines regarding flight tickets. So you have to understand those guidelines before you book your flight ticket, so that you are not disappointed later. Let's have a look at those guidelines before you book that flight. These are the guidelines regarding the flight ticket. 5.1.8. Awardees must make their own arrangements to pay for their one-way tickets and then apply for a refund upon arrival in Mauritius by providing the necessary original receipt issued in their name and documentation. So you will have to book your own flight ticket with your own money so that you can come to Mauritius. If you are an awardee, if you are self-sponsored, of course, you just book your flight, you will not get a refund. So as an awardee, you book your flight, you come to Mauritius, you keep the receipts. The receipt that you get for your flight ticket, you keep the flight ticket, and they should be in your name. So you keep those, then you will provide them. You send them to the ministry so that they can process your refund. Those awardees traveling from other countries that require a return ticket as a condition of their exit immigration at the point of departure will have to make arrangements for the same at their own cost. There are some countries where you can only book a return ticket. You cannot book a one-way ticket. If you are from that country, you can book that ticket. You still have to use your own money to book that ticket. The cost of the cancellation penalty fees of this return ticket will be refunded to the awardee by the authorities in Mauritius. So once you've booked that return ticket, only if the country where you come from mandate that you book such a ticket. But if you are from a country where you can book one-way ticket, of course you have to book a one-way ticket. Okay, I'm sure they have a list of countries where the ministry, I don't know, but I'm just thinking that maybe they have a list of countries where they know that these countries require a return ticket. So if you are from such country, you can book the return ticket, and then when you are here, the cancellation penalty for the return ticket, because you will not return, you will be here for your studies, it will be it will be refunded. You will be refunded by the ministry or by the authorities here in Mauritius. All right, so get that right. Book one-way flight if your country if you are from a country that allows that. Only book a return ticket if you are not able to book a one-way ticket because of exit immigration rules. All right, and then you have to inform your university about your planned travel dates so that they can arrange for a pickup from the airport, because if you don't communicate, no one will come and pick you up at the airport, and it's very expensive to get a taxi from the airport. The airport is quite far from certain areas or from universities, so if you get a taxi, that might be expensive for you. Just make sure that you communicate with your university, your arrival date, your arrival time, and they will arrange someone to pick you up. I think so, because in my case, when I arrived, there was a driver who was waiting. There was a driver from the university who was waiting for me at the airport. He picked me up from the airport to my place of residence. So check with your university if they have that arrangement, and then inform them of your departure and arrival date. This one is very important. You will need to have some funds before you come here to Mauritius, especially scholarship awardees, because I think there's a misconception. Just because you will get a stipend doesn't mean that you'll get it right away or you will get it before you come to Mauritius. It doesn't work like that. You still have to go through some processes here in order to be set up. I'm sorry for that. In order to be set up. So let's quickly have a look at the guidelines around funds and stipend so that you can plan and prepare well before your travel. So 421, the first part of it speaks about the air ticket. We have already covered flight ticket, but it also says that you should have sufficient funds, at least 1,000 US dollars, to meet expenses during the initial phase of your stay, about 3 months, while formalities are being completed locally. So it means that you should have enough funds to cover you for 3 months. And literally, it can be 3 months, it can take long. Remember that you get a temporary permit that allows you to enter Mauritius. When you are here, you cannot open a bank account with a temporary permit. You have to have the long-term permit, and that can take a while. So because you have to do your medicals, and then the university will have to apply for a long-term permit for you. After you get your permit, you apply for your bank account, and then you send the account details to the ministry. The ministry have to set you up on their system for you to get your stipend. So that can take a while. Do not take this for granted. Do not come to Mauritius without any funds because you will be stranded here. Make sure that you budget properly before you come. Okay. And then 4.22, a monthly living allowance, this much, will be paid to awardees as part support to meet their living expenses. It is not enough, that amount. I'll just be honest. Like I like the key part here, as part support. It's a part support. It's not a full support, so you should not 100% rely on it. Students are expected to supplement this amount to cover the cost of living in Mauritius. You will have to find a way to supplement that amount through part-time jobs, okay, or whatever that you do that is illegal. Of course, you have to do legal stuff only. Yeah, you get that into your bank account after you have opened a local bank account. Of course, you will not be paid in an international account, into an international account, only a local account. So this amount will have to cover your rent, your bills, your food, your toiletry. So like I said, it's not enough. You will have to find a way to supplement it. But that is not the focus. The focus is that you should have enough funds to cover you for the first 3 months while you settle here in Mauritius. Okay? Lastly, please check your baggage allowance. After you get your flight ticket, check your baggage allowance. How many kg are you allowed to carry into the flight? How many kgs are you allowed for the other bag, for the luggage? You have to check that and do not exceed the limit, because if you exceed the limit, you will have to pay extra at the airport. And the second thing is, go into Air Mauritius website or whatever airline you are using. Make sure that you read what is allowed for you to carry, what is allowed to be in your bag, because you do not want to carry illegal stuff that will get you in trouble at the airport, and possibly you will not be allowed entry into Mauritius. So just make sure that you carry only legal things. Check what you're allowed to carry. If you are planning to bring food from home, check what kind of food items you are allowed to carry before you get into any trouble. You don't want to start your journey with trouble at the airport. So just be sure that you check your baggage allowance, do not exceed it. Check what you're allowed to carry or to bring into the island. And all the best with your stay in Mauritius, all the best with your with your studies. I hope you have a lovely stay. You have a wonderful stay here. It's a beautiful island, and for me, it has been a great experience, and I hope it will also be a great experience for you. Bye.